Welcome to our In the Trenches series presented by subject matter experts from Nordson EFD. Each segment will share lessons learned in the field, along with practical advice to meet and beat the challenges on the front lines of assembly production.
Hi, my name is Anthony Buzzerio, Application Engineer 2 here at Nordson EFD. Nordson EFD is well known for its engineered fluid dispensing technologies used by manufacturers worldwide to assemble products in nearly every industry from medical to electronics. All year long, I jump in the trenches with our customers to help solve problems and avoid setbacks. I want to share my insights and tips to help you keep your projects on track. So today I want to cover a unique segment of the manufacturing industry, which are machine builders, or also known as automation houses or integrators. As an applications engineer, we see projects from machine builders all the time. And there can be some challenges when having a middleman, so to speak, between the end user, yourselves, and the equipment distributors, which is us. The number one thing we always try to do when handling applications that come from machine builders is to get the end user in on the entire cycle of the manufacturing process. Conceptualization, to testing the applications in the lab, to getting quotes put together, to equipment installation, to customer training. We want to ensure there's maximum transparency throughout the whole cycle, and that you're aware of everything in terms of equipment. We want to work with both of you, both you and the machine builder, as closely as possible. There's another reason we want to work closely with you on your projects, and that's the matter of spare parts and redundancy. Again, I'm always harping on this with my customers. Redundancy is key, and sometimes when you're working with an integrator, they aren't always aware of the necessity of having spare parts for your equipment, especially if it's a more complex piece of equipment like a jetting valve, a progressive cavity pump, or a robot. Sometimes the concern is budgetary, and sometimes it's just simply a gap in knowledge. But this can turn into a pain point, especially if there's a failure on EFD equipment down the line. We're trying to minimize that. We don't want any downtime. Time is money. Finally, I want to address the knowledge question. Fluid dispensing knowledge can be a little bit of a black box, so to speak, in the process, and we want to minimize that knowledge gap both for you and for your integrator. So the way I try to do that is through customer training. I want everybody in on this. My approach to training is that anyone who's going to regularly touch the equipment, they're going to program the robots, they're going to maintain the valves, they're going to basically be at the core of the process. I want you in on customer training. That includes both anybody from the integrator side and from your side. I've worked with a few applications where we've only trained the integrator, and then they relay information to you in your own style, and sometimes things get lost. It's like a game of telephone. Things can get lost in translation, and then there's a problem and you don't know how to solve it. So you call us up and we're more than glad to help you, but that's going to take time. Sometimes that's time you don't have, and time is money. So the lesson I want you to take from here is this. Even when you're working with a machine builder, we want you to be in on the process throughout the whole way. That three-way relationship between us, the integrator, and yourselves, that's king, and that's going to help you with your maximum uptime. I'm Anthony Buzzerio here from Nordson EFD. Thanks for listening, and join us in the future for our next installation of In the Trenches.